Well guys, when I was down at Port Hope seal hunting, picked up this set of snowshoes from my buddy Randall. He made those there as well, and that's what I've been using all year, but I got a few repairs to do on them. But I like these. These are a little bit wider, more rounder, and we're getting a lot of snow, so I think those will bear me up in the snow better than those right there would. But over here I got a little project on the go. Last year, I seen another trapper, and he had a long rectangle box made, and with a long notch like that there for the springs, and he had them so it could hold two traps. The idea is if a marten come along getting the first trap, that trap falls out of the way, and then you got a second trap there guarding the bait, so you could get two marten from the one box using just the one lot of bait. And his was kind of square or whatever, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna make one like that. I said, and that was last year now, but I'm only getting around to it now. But I'm gonna make it kind of from the style of my boxes. That's the side of the boxes I'm using here now, and I'm just going to extend and make them down longer. And this is some old shelving that was out in the shed there, and so the other shed, and so I'm just going to cut down the full length, cut the notch down, and put the traps in there. And I might have to trim off a bit. Kind of got to mess around with it a little bit. I don't want to make the box any bigger than necessary. It's only a waste of materials. This is kind of like the prototype, and when I get it right, I'll make it. If it makes any more, I'll make it all from these dimensions. Pieces here, I had these all pre-cut from my other boxes, so I'll just trim it off right, and then I'll measure the length from there to there after. I'll just use up these pieces like that. Just kind of like the prototype, I guess. And I might have got lucky on this piece of shelving. It might have been the ideal length. Because like now, it's a picture of one trap there, and then another trap right there. I think that'll work just fine. And I am going to put the modification on there for the bait. And this box will be vertical on a tree. Well guys, here it is, the first Double Trouble Marten box. And just buy a regular one there for comparison. And I'll measure off and give you the dimensions in a minute as well. And got the modification on it, and that's where your bait goes. He'll be sitting on a tree vertical like that. And the first trap will be almost to the top of the notches, and the second one will be about an inch or so from the bottom. And the idea being is, first of all, you got two traps sit with just the one bait, and if a weasel or marten comes along and gets caught in a trap, that trap will fall out. You have your chain tied off on a limb, he'll swing out clear, and you've got a second trap there guarding the bait as well. And a great location for a sit something like this. You might have a marshy area, a couple of marshy areas, and a heavy droke of woods, and martens could be traveling along this heavy woods. Same thing, it could be two ponds, little neck here, a lot of woods, martens could be traveling. Could be a great location for a box like this. And you might get a non-target species like a squirrel, so he'll fall that way, and you still got your trap or your box working for a marten or whatever, for a target animal. And this side right here, that's 23 1/4. And right there, I believe it was 13 1/4, and that's the length of the board I had when I made these, and I kept it that way. But it seems to be a good length. You could obviously take that 1/4 inch off if you wanted to. I don't think that makes much difference, but that's what this one is. And right here on this side, it's 13 1/4, and this should be about 8 1/2, is it? And 8 1/2 that way. On the back, same thing, is 23 1/4 and 8 1/2 wide that way. And this little piece here, that's 8 1/2 by 4 inches. And then this piece right here is 8 1/2 inches by 8 1/4 inches. So that's the dimensions of all the different pieces. And that notch I got to cut up to 11 1/2 inches roughly. make sure there's plenty of void for your trap spring, especially in the bottom. You don't want it too tight because this trap got to fall away. If this trap don't fall away, well then this trap here is not going to be no good to you. So yeah, make sure it's really void. That way you won't run into any trouble with traps sticking in the wood or anything. Well, this is the first time sitting the double trouble Marten box. And the idea now, I got one trap well up here and another one about an inch or so from the bottom. And if a Marten comes along and gets caught in this first trap, this trap is going to fall down. And I got wired off here on a branch with some stainless steel rival wire, and that trap and Marten will swing you clear. And then you got a second trap there for the next one comes along. Or, you know, you might get a squirrel or a weasel or something on the first one. He'll swing you clear, and then next time you might get a Marten come along. And if you never had that second trap there, then there's a chance that Marten would come and just leave and go on, and it would have been a lost opportunity. Now, three things that I really like about this bait modification right here is sometimes, you know, shrews and mice and stuff can get in and eat your bait, and you know, they're small or whatnot, but they might be small, but they can put away a lot of bait. I guess you know, there's could be quite a few of them or whatnot, but they could make a nice chunk of bait disappear in a short time. So first thing I really like about them, it should protect the bait from small critters. And another thing is, you know, well, this bait is not froze real hard now because this is salted bait, and even though, you know, we're down to -20s right now, it's still a bit soft. But sometimes you got bait that's kind of hard, and it's because normally I use a nail, and to get the bait on the nail sometimes is not easy, especially, you know, when the bait is froze. So if the bait is froze or not, I haven't got to worry about it. Just put it in there like that. And another thing is, like, sometimes you might have bits and pieces of bait, and you wouldn't normally, you know, be a bit too small to put on a nail, but I don't have none here right now, but you could easily, you know, just put half a dozen or a dozen smaller little pieces there, whatever, you know, scraps of stuff left over. But I do have a partridge head, I could put that in there as well, a rabbit paw, that's along with the other bait there, and so that'd be like a good, you know, I got the normal bait there, and now there's a better visual for the Marten as well. You know, you see that bit of fur and stuff hung down there, and you know, you can put your normal bait there with partridge feathers or whatever, right? So it gives you a lot more bait options, especially when bait is getting scarce or something like that. You know, have nothing else you're out, just put feathers alone there may work, you know, with a bit of, you know, put a little bit of lure there and stuff. But yeah, so I'm really liking this modification, and over time I'm going to get them all done like that. And so anyway, this is the first double trouble Marten box, and you know, who knows, we may get a catch here and we may get a double, so there's always the chance, right? Now I wouldn't, you know, make a big whack of these boxes, but certain areas where, you know, Marten is plentiful, or, you know, it's like pinch points where you got to pass through or whatnot, or, you know, you had a lot of success in certain areas in the past, perfect spots, or, you know, the whistles might be taking the area maybe great like that, because, you know, you may get a whistle at the first one and the next one get a Marten, or you may get two whistles. But anyway, the more traps, the more odds to catch more fur as well. You know, I'm not going to go make all new boxes and replace what I got out. You know, every once in a while I'm going to just replace 2 or 3 boxes on the line and bring them back and just do the bait modification in them, and then I'll take those back and take 2 or 3 more back like that. So every time I'm checking, I'll do a little few, like, you know. And all I did with this little box that I was using, I just measured down 4 inches on each side, draw the line across, just make sure there's no staple there for my saw cut, and I just sawed off a hand saw. You know, I did replace this piece right here just because there was a hole in the top of it here, but lots of times I'll come back and just use that same piece of plywood over again. So, you know, I'm not going to go and just replace all my boxes like that, right? But just the ones that's damaged bad or whatever, and so I'll put a scatter one in a place and take the old one out, fix this one up, put it in another place and take the old ones back, and keep changing them out like that. And over time I'll get them done quicker that way. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. A little look around here though. Right here, got some pizzican drying. Little fella loves it, so I'll probably bring in a piece for him. He'll have that for his breakfast tomorrow morning. And got a couple of rabbits there to clean, and we had some fish fat potatoes for supper, and had a couple of pieces left over, so I'm going to soak them a little more. because you know when you boil fish, you know, so much of the salt goes in the water. But tomorrow I'm going to wrap those up in tin foil and I'm going to roast them right in the stove here, right in the shed. You know, I'm putting the Christmas lights up. I got quite a bit done today and hopefully get it all finished off tomorrow. So I'm going to light a fire in the shed early tomorrow morning, and around dinner time I'll let it burn down a bit, so I just got some hot coals in there, and I'm going to put that fish right in there and cook that up for dinner. So that's going to be sweet. So yeah. Anyway, just a quick video to show you the new Double Trouble Marten box, and you know, and some of the reasons why, you know, I like this new bait modification. And don't ask me that. No, that's left over from the little fella's birthday party. He loves sharks. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and all the best from the Bigland.